What do we really think is going on here when we talk about being queer and loving diversity? um, I think that there's a misunderstanding a lot of times about what that might include. I think people jump to worst case scenarios that it will include something uncomfortable that they don't like. And I am going to catch that like a little butterfly in a net and offer it back to everybody as a moment, like a mirror, to look at yourself in and think about, when do you ever feel like that? That something just is not what you want to do. That is something that makes you want to laugh or make fun of it. It's so uncomfortable. You know, you start to kind of crawl out of your own skin and you want to poke fun at it and get it away from yourself by mocking it, rejecting it, criticizing it. There's a repellent quality to dissonance, dislike. There's a dysregulation state with dissonance and distrust. Discord is the name on an apple in myth. We call the apple of discord. And it's thrown by Eris, who is the sister of Ares, who we are more familiar with. He's a planet, he's ruled by Mars, which is a planet that's fiery and feisty. So we have a little bit of a picture of what Ares' sister, might be like as a feminine presentation of that feisty Mars energy. Discord as a golden apple thrown at some sisters of hers that forgot to invite her to their party of 3. The fourth one, Ares, shows up and is like Artemis, Lilith, returning a lost truth to throw among the group to hopefully bring everyone together around a 5th central goal that everyone can agree on. So the 4th sister comes and throws that 5th object, the apple. It's just a question, but you have to throw the right question into yourself and your own inner group, your own community, your life. We all have to be the right question in our community. You know, queerness and transness is the question. How about we bring diversity in? How about we prioritize the value of pride, which is everyone's orientation to their joy in relationship and community, and the sharing and expression of that divine aesthetic as a gift and as a celebration, as a connective medium and currency and force and culture that we thrive in. So queerness, diversity, transgenderness, pride, rainbows. What is this as this golden apple of discord to throw into capitalism, modern society? Why did the heads of corporate industrial economies claim the word woke and then group all this kind of things together of diversity and reject that apple of discord? This is this ancient myth, y'all, that's impersonating traditionalism, that actually is really disconnected from its roots. Because traditions did get separated from the roots time and time over. And it is not the transgender that is the sign of being so disconnected from the roots. Do you know that's the sign of us coming back to the roots? The roots are transgender. The roots are queer. That's a natural part in the system. To get so disconnected from the system that you don't know that's in there, then you're going to have to face the fact that you left those things out. They'll become very loud and apparent to you. You have not integrated your inner woke part. That's the queer and transgender part, like the sunrise, the part where the binaries meet. Non-binary reality, they're getting created. It's binary and non-binary. Both. Queers and straight people are right. Both. Everyone's right. Things are binary and non-binary. Both are right. And actually, that's what the 4th sister knows. Eris, it's not about the competition they think. You know, Eris has 3 sisters she throws it to. Athena, knowledge. Hera, solar power. The power of blood and lineage. Sovereignty. And Aphrodite, goddess of beauty. We got to find a question to unite all our powers, you know, because these are our creator. These are the creative forces in us all. We're mostly X chromosomes, and the reason why we need to reckon with these sisters, getting involved with the trinity of them, and that culty dynamic of what we like, getting involved with the discord of like the one we left out returning to us as a reflective mirror of like, how are we going to handle that some is like us and some's not? You know, there's a masculine element, and actually Eris is the representation, like Lilith or Aphrodite, or sorry, Artemis, of the one who leaves, the one who rejects, the one who is rejected, the element of change, the element of discord and dissonance in a system of continuity. So you're a disharmonious element. And again, this dysregulation happens and dissonance happens with the discord apple. But it's how the group handles that. And actually the missing power is something bringing back something essential for the group. And if the group can integrate it and become a 4 that has the 3 inherently in it, and integrates discord and becomes a system where they actually all receive from the situation and are better than they were, and realizing like we were better off having the 3 that could be within the 4, so we don't mind the apple of discord because it made each one within the 3 better, and the 4 was better. Even the one that was left out, Eris, was sick of being alone, you know, so wanted to be part of the 4, even if she's a 1. You know, she has a unique place in the 4. So every element, whether it's the minority or the majority, gets its exalting position in relationship and gets to understand that particular kind of gift of that nature. And it's about mutual exchange of power, gifts, opportunistic advantage in generosity and community and support. This is positive masculinity. This is expressions of true identity and euphoric belonging. These are queer values and identities. This is the value of diversity, pride. And, you know, anything that counters pride festivals, which are a celebration of queer and trans beauty and the diversity of expression of life that is authentic, you know, the vitality of that's a natural right and inheritance of our best expression of our traditional medicine systems. It's to look that well that you are aligned in your authentic expression of vitality and expression in community and sharing that. That's your ultimate goal. And so if people are going to tear that down and misunderstand that in the name of upholding pride of something else, that's just misdirected divine masculine energy. You know, the energy of guardianship, the energy of assertion of change and breaking patterns and disrupting where you're trying to reclaim control of the disruption and guardianship energy. This is the energy of combat, conflict, competition. It can be funneled into camaraderie, okay? And so we want to understand coming together that comes out of the dissonance. And there's this transmutation we can do where you take the dis, which can be a thing that can incite change and masculine conflict energy into a system that's equilibrium and feminine and harmonious and agreeing with each other, you know? And it can say, how do you integrate the change in your system? How do you integrate diversity? And from there, you know, you're going to have to like see if your system can handle it. And if you're you know, if you kind of are smart enough, strategic enough, you can do things you would think would be impossible or uncomfortable, and you'll be able to do them just fine if you strategize creatively about including all elements in their purpose, belonging, and nature. And so there's always going to be something you don't expect, and you'll have to adjust, and you'll have to do it again, and you'll have to just reorient based on relationship over and over again, because what you thought and expected isn't necessarily what the group had in mind or needed today. Like, for instance, I was going to park there, and then all of a sudden there's a garbage truck. It's going right where I was going. So I definitely cannot go there, and I'm going to have to get out of here, away from the scene. We're gonna just be able to continue the video though, because I set up my system right, I guess, well enough to adapt for change and continuity within it. I've even been able to drive across town while I made this video. And I'm actually driving across town to pick up belongings from a partner I'm separating from. We're no longer going to be partners. So we're in a transition, transforming our relationship from intimate partners and family to, primary partner relationship to friendship and community. And right now, separation, period of separation, disentanglement. And I didn't even see that car. See, they're going so fast, and I wasn't able to see them. Gosh. Anyway, so many elements of change could disrupt this video, and it didn't because I set it up right where this video could be held creatively. There's even a shell with an air plant in it hanging from the camera. So there's so many things like held in continuity. Like I have a tiny garden even held in continuity while the video is made. And 11:11, safely parked and arrived. Good sign. I feel like that means that, things come in good flow and good time. That's the thing. So if you get in that frame of mind, that way of being, that's the divine spine. And that is the rainbow. And it's not something to fear in a pride march or pride flag. That's actually just your own spine. That's your integrity of your own diversity, meeting the world. Don't be afraid of it. It's the most traditional thing you'll come across. So you might want to get more into traditionalism, less into your head, wherever you're coming from, academia, trades, wherever you think you're smarter or more strong or more advantaged. Where put your masculine energy maybe where it belongs, which is towards service of everything life affirming and good, for yourself and others. And just try to be in relationship with that in a flexible, adaptable way based on your orientation, and keep the good story and blessings going. So this is my attempt to do that, my attempt to share and contribute to the wellness in the sense that we can all, 100% of us, be well and create that together. So, and it does require 100% of us, not 99. Not 99. That was a mistake. And any kind of queerness that thinks it's 99% is not the queerness I'm in. Queerness that I'm in is the 100%. Because I don't want a hole in the bucket, Liza. We know about that. Okay? It's the yin and the yang. You can have the 99 and the one. The one's got all the money. So 99, who cares? We need 100%. All the water's out of the bucket, Liza. There was one hole. So each of us is important. And I'm living in that kind of queerness. So if you're not, then you're not the kind of queer that I am. And that's not a traditionalist kind of queer. Do you know traditionalism is queer? So if you're not a traditionalist that includes queer, like I'm talking about, you're not traditionalist. So I challenge everyone across that polarity of right and wrong and old and new and this and that and queer and straight to get with the land and the ancestors and what's right, which is creating the best joy for us all, starting with yourself and supporting your neighbor at that. Allies in pride. Everyone's pride is worthy. So with that, find your own hum in your heart. Be like a bee. Be well. Blessed be. Peace out.